Back to Great Day, and welcome back again for the second time this week. Chad, good to see you, my friend.
I'm
What
here so
are
much
you
now.
doing?
I know.
When do you get your
You're like
office?
a farmer now. You get up early every day, do the chores.
It's true. It's time to make the donuts.
Gotta make the donuts. But we are here. This is your duties today include
Music,
today.
not movies. Yes. So first of all, how are we doing?
Good,
Yeah?
good.
Good morning so far.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. It's true.
Dancing already.
So I suppose the first thing to talk about first off was this past weekend was 80-35, which
What's
was
the debacle with the?
Talib. Okay, so.
Explain it to me.
He basically what it was is he was very, very upset at the
Tell
end
me
of
who
his
he is.
Talib Kweli. He's a very influential hip hop artist. He was part of a group called Black Star with Mos Def back in the early '90s. Big. He's kind of just a very influential hip hop artist.
Okay.
So getting him is kind of a good get, especially for a free stage, and. He was very angry because at the end of his set, they cut him off in the middle of his biggest hit, his kind of finale song. Cut him off halfway
pulled
through.
the plug?
Pulled the plug, killed his mic, dead. And he went onto Twitter and was very angry about this.
Right.
Which I understand being cut off in the middle of a song that kind of bugging you.
Yeah.
But what had happened was that he started about 10 minutes late. And then let his DJ play for a while before he actually took the stage. So it was about 15, 20 minutes into his set before Talib was even on stage.
Okay.
And when you've got in the middle of a festival, everyone has a certain amount of time, and you can't really go over because then it holds up the rest of the
Right.
things that were happening. And there were two acts that were supposed to go on after him. So Amadeo gave him an extra 5 minutes to go, and he kept going. So Amadeo finally pulled the plug, and it happened to be in the middle of a song. And since then, Amadeo and Talib have chatted over email, and Amadeo apologized and kind of said he should have handled it a little bit better, and Talib, kind of made some apologies from him at his end. So it got sorted a few days after the fact, but it was a pretty big to-do at the time, and there was some misdirected anger at the sound tech, and it was just it was a very rough situation that day.
Yeah, but I think Amadeo made a point, though. You have a time allotment, and that's your time. I don't care who you are.
You do, exactly.
And that made a point. I'm
Exactly.
sure that wasn't the intent, but I think he made a point.
Well, and that's the one thing that 80-35 has always done is they've made it very clear that you do not mess around with the set times. And there have been some instances in the past where other bands on the main stage have wanted to do some things that were kind of janky with their set times, and Amadeo has threatened to kill the entire set if they can't get it together. So 80-35 has always been a very tight run ship, and they do not tend to suffer fools gladly. So it was a situation that just kind of Talib went a little wrong, and Amadeo brought the hammer down, and everybody kind of
Not in my house.
Yeah.
Besides that, I've heard nothing but amazing remarks from everybody that went.
36,000 people is their initial count, which is a record for it. 18,000 paid.
Everybody else snuck in.
Yeah, because and so it was absolutely a runaway success. And so it puts them in the very pleasant position of having
That's impressive.
having to top their best festival ever next year. So it was very, very good. So a runaway success, a great time, and again, no arrests. There was no violence. It was
No arrests?
No, I mean
Wow.
there may have been like the occasional, but if there was anybody drunk or something like that, then it was all done very kind of quietly and off to the side.
Well, good for
so
them.
at no point was anybody was the festival disrupted by any kind of shenanigans or anything. So
Do you think that it helped taking it off of the 4th of July weekend?
I think I know for a fact that it helped with booking bands. Yes, one of them, especially Wilco, for example, they've wanted Wilco since the first year, and Wilco has had kind of a standing obligation over 4th of July weekend that's just they've never been available.
Right.
So moving off that week suddenly made them available. So yeah, keeping it off of 4th of July I think is probably the best move they can do moving forward, and then from there it's just going to be a matter of how much money can they afford to pay for acts.
Okay. All right. So what is coming up this weekend?
Well, moving forward, Johnny Lang announced a show. He's going to be at Hoyt Sherman Place, August 23rd, 7:30. Tickets go on sale tomorrow for that through Ticketmaster. $56 to $63 is your price range there, plus the applicable fees for that.
What did he say?
I'm trying to think of what the songs were. He's just good. He's a great guitarist, though.
Right, he's a
Phenomenal
fantastic,
I was gonna say, I
phenomenal
recognize
blues
the name.
guitarist. Yep.
What was
one?
it, Tom?
Lie to me.
Lie to
So
me. Okay.
there you go. There's a lot of good stuff coming up August, September, October throughout the city. It's going to be an exciting kind of fall to see what's coming up, and of course the state fair is coming up soon too.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of great music to see at any venue in town coming up the next few months. So that's pretty exciting. Speaking of which, next week the Hinterland Music Festival takes place down at Waterworks Park. They announced their actual lineup schedule now, so that you can go on the website there, which is hinterlandiowa.com, and see exactly who's playing where. So the first band ever on stage for Hinterland will be a local act, it'll be the Envy Corps kicking off on Friday. And then it's going to go from there. They've got, Brandy Carlisle, Old Crow Medicine Show, Edward Sharpe Magnetic Zeros. So a lot of really good music happening there this weekend, assuming we stay dry and the stage doesn't sink into the mud.
It's called Waterworks.
It absolutely is. Yes.
Let's not talk about that.
and it lives up to its name.
Right. Speaking of festivals, local band Peace, Love, and Stuff got picked up to play a festival in Nashville, the Ink and Iron Festival. It's a pretty big deal. Reverend Horton Heat's going to be there, Wanda Jackson, the Misfits. So there's a lot of really big bands.
That is big.
And Peace, Love, and Stuff is going to be there. Which is really exciting. That's going to be August 8th is when that is actually going to be. I've heard a rumor that they're going to be doing a contest where they're going to be giving away a couple of tickets to that festival. I'm sure if I hear more about it in the next couple of days, we'll talk about it next week because I'm sure there will be some time for it. But that's pretty exciting for them. So congratulations to them.
Great job out of them.
And then the last thing, I suppose, this weekend, Lefties is having what they call a local music market. So there's going to be about a dozen local bands that are going to be up there with merch tables spread out. So you can get CDs, you can get LPs, you can get T-shirts, stickers, all that good stuff. And then also Bonnie Finken and the Maytags and a fellow named Kevin Drews from a band called Mercado are all going to be playing acoustic sets during the whole thing.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going
kinda neat.
to start at 3 p.m. on Saturday. It's free to get in. Bring your money to get your merch and to tip the artist, but it should be a really cool kind of a time. And it's a neat kind of a thing that you don't see here very often with the kind of acoustic sets from people who don't normally play acoustic like Bonnie, and then just kind of a way to kind of basically a flea market for bands to kind of get their merch out there and let people hear some new music. So
that is great.
It's a great idea.
All right,
there you go.
And don't forget, after the race tomorrow at the Speedway, you got a pretty big act planned.
Blues Traveler's going to be at the Speedway. Yes, indeed. So again, assuming we stay dry.
It'll
Jason.
rain.
It'll be
Kind of
fine.
hesitated there. No.
It'll be fine. And local
It'll be
bands
fine.
playing at Clive Festival starting tonight. I think Bonnie Finken's kicking it off.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
So, like I said, ton of great stuff.
Yeah.
There was a Nightfall show last night, I suppose. There's another one coming up here over the weekend. So, a lot of great stuff. Just keep your ear to the ground and check out band Bombshell. We got new stuff every day.
There it is. Great idea. We'll see you Monday, my friend.
All right.
Perfect. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day.